Amidst the darkest days of World War II, a group of elite soldiers found themselves entangled in a relentless struggle against an enigmatic enemy that threatened to alter the course of history. Known as the Shadow Brigade, this covert unit was hand-picked from different nations for their exceptional skills and unyielding determination. The year was 1943, and the world was at war. In the heart of Nazi-occupied Europe, the Shadow Brigade was assigned a top-secret mission to retrieve a stolen artifact that held unimaginable power. The rumored Amber Eye was said to possess the ability to control time itself, and both the Allied forces and the Axis powers were desperate to possess its potential. Led by Captain Victor Solis, a battle-hardened American veteran with a mysterious past, the Shadow Brigade embarked on a perilous journey across war-torn landscapes, navigating through enemy territory under the cover of darkness. Their mission took them through treacherous landscapes, from the frozen expanses of Siberia to the sweltering deserts of North Africa. As they pursued the Amber Eye, they encountered unexpected adversaries. A clandestine organization known as the Temporal Syndicate had also set its sights on the powerful artifact. Led by the cunning and enigmatic Dr. Isadora Kessler, the Syndicate's agenda was unclear, but it was evident they had their own nefarious plans for the Amber Eye. Throughout their odyssey, the Shadow Brigade witnessed the harrowing realities of war and the devastating impact it had on civilians caught in the crossfire. Amidst the chaos, they forged unbreakable bonds, understanding that their collective strength and unity were the only things that stood between salvation and annihilation. As the tensions escalated, they learned that the Amber Eye's true potential was far greater than they had ever imagined. It held the power not only to manipulate time, but to bring back the deceased. Faced with such incredible temptation, the loyalty and integrity of the Shadow Brigade were tested like never before. Captain Solis revealed to his comrades that the reason he was so adamant about acquiring the Amber Eye was that he had lost his family to the war. The chance to bring them back was a temptation he could hardly resist, and this vulnerability weighed heavily on his shoulders. In the face of adversity, the Shadow Brigade encountered unlikely allies among the civilians they sought to protect. They were aided by a resilient group of resistance fighters, led by the charismatic and fearless Anna Petrov, who had her own reasons for despising the Temporal Syndicate and its dark intentions. With the fate of the world hanging in the balance, Captain Solis and his comrades faced a moral dilemma. Should they risk the world's safety to bring back fallen loved ones? Or should they resist the allure of the Amber Eye and prevent its misuse by the Temporal Syndicate? The battle against the Temporal Syndicate intensified as the Shadow Brigade learned more about their enemy's sinister plans. Dr. Kessler, fueled by her thirst for power, aimed to rewrite history in her favor, creating a totalitarian regime with herself at the helm. The stakes were raised, and the impending doom weighed heavily upon the hero's shoulders. In the climactic showdown, the Shadow Brigade confronted the Temporal Syndicate in an epic battle of wits and valor. Sacrifices were made, alliances were forged, and the true nature of heroism was put to the ultimate test. Friendships were tested as personal desires clashed with the greater good. Amidst the chaos of the final battle, Captain Solis faced a defining moment when he had the Amber Eye within his grasp. The temptation to use its power and reverse his personal tragedies was almost overwhelming, but in a moment of clarity, he remembered the words of his fallen comrades and the innocent lives lost along the way. He chose to preserve the course of history and entrusted the Amber Eye to Anna Petrov, tasking her with safeguarding it and ensuring it never fell into the wrong hands. As the dust settled and the war neared its end, the Shadow Brigade emerged as unsung heroes who had reshaped the course of history in their own way. Their selfless acts of valor and sacrifice became the stuff of legends, whispered among the surviving resistance fighters and civilians who had witnessed their heroism firsthand. The story of the Shadow Brigade would pass into legend, inspiring generations to come and reminding the world that even amidst the darkest hours, the human spirit's light can shine through, casting away the shadows of war. The lessons of their journey would echo through time, teaching future generations the true meaning of bravery, sacrifice, and the power of unity in the face of overwhelming darkness.